How do I build my business online? How do I find my ideal clients? And how do I get them? Hi, I'm Donna. Welcome back to my channel. This channel is about business, entrepreneurship, and self-care. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the simple key way to build a successful brand in 2019 from scratch. Now, if you don't know who I am a digital marketer, a business coach. I help creatives, educators, businesses build and take profitable action steps to building and growing their businesses online. Before I get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button so when I produce more videos like this, you will be notified because you subscribed. Now, if you stay till the end of this video, you will be getting a free bonus tip that would help you build a successful brand in 2019. As I said, from scratch. When building your brand, anyone can build a brand. You don't have to be a business owner. You don't have to be an entrepreneur. You don't even have to have so many followers on social media platforms for you to be able to build a brand. In today's age, anyone can build a brand. So, when creating your brand, you don't have to hone in to a specific area, as some people would say. You have to nail it down. You have to be very specific, niche it down to understand what your brand is all about. No, you don't have to do that, because your brand is about you. It's about your journey. It's about your discovery. It's about your life. It could be about anything, but your brand is definitely all about you. Now, it would vary from business to business. It would vary from person to person. But the main thing is the brand is about you. And I'll give you an example. So I have a client who is into climbing. And they were like, well, how do I build a brand around that? Well, show us how you are acquiring the skills that you are acquiring towards climbing a certain mountain. It could be any mountain, but whatever journey that you're going through, document it for us. That is your brand. So you don't have to have a clothing line, you don't have to have a product, you don't even have to have a service. If you do, great, but you don't have to. You could build your brand from you, because it's all about you, your beliefs, what you like, what you don't like, your passion. I know people say don't build around your passion, but in the beginning, you have to start with your passion, because why build a hobby or something you don't like to do? Now, as you go on that journey of building your brand, you will discover along the way what you want to specialize in. Then you can start niching down and honing in on your brand, because as you go through that moment of self-discovery, you will begin to find out what your audience like. For example, they could like you showing a picture of the outdoors whenever you're outdoors. It could be a certain picture or a certain photograph or a certain video or a certain post or something that you put out there to the world through social media platforms that could be what your brand is. But if you're not sure, because many of us are not sure about what we want to specialize in, and that's where the confusion lies, because you have people saying, find your niche, find your brand, find your specialty, no, it is a journey. If you don't know what it is, it's fine. Some people have been able to define it. They know exactly what they want. So, for example, they could be in clothing, they could be in makeup. It could be like me, a coach, a business coach, a digital marketer. I've found my niche. But for you, you might not even know what your brand is. That's what I mean. Anyone can have a brand. Start with you as a brand. Start with your passion as a brand. Start with what you like as a brand. Because your brand is about you. It's about what reputation do you want to have? What do you want people to say about you when you're not there? That is what your brand is about. That is how you define your brand. Now, for those who have been able to niche down and hone down on their brand, now you've discovered, okay, you've defined your brand. You've defined, for example, if I use myself, I'm a digital marketer, or you decide that you are a transformation coach and you decide to hone it down and maybe you become a spiritual transformation coach for women at work, for example, or for mothers. Then now that you've been able to hone it down, that's when you now have to start discovering who your target audience is. Now, to understand who your ideal audience is for your brand, you need to know who your ideal client or customer is, or who your ideal audience is. You need to actually hone it down. You go into detail. What is their income? You have to create a persona for this person. If you look through your audiences, you would have those people that continually like your post. They continually love what you're talking about. They continually comment on what you are saying. If you're running a proper business or you're running your own business, you have those clients that continually come to you for certain products. If you're in the service industry, you have those clients that continue to engage in the groups that you have, in the membership programs that you have. Those are your ideal clients. Now, look at them. Take a step back in your business and get to know them. Get to know who your ideal clients are. So you need to have a deeper understanding of who your ideal client is. And you do that by simply asking questions. So what kind of questions do you ask? You ask, who is my ideal client? You need to know, and when you ask that question, you need to know, what are their goals? What are their challenges? Their demographic, their location, gender. What do they like? What are their interests? What do they not like? These are the questions you would ask yourself to understand who your ideal client is, so you can build a successful brand. Also have to know, where do they hang out? Do they hang out on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube? Where do they hang out? Facebook, where do they hang out? Figure out where they hang out, and you need to know what times they hang out in these platforms. Is it in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening? And that is another way for you to understand and define who your ideal clients are. Also, another way for you to define your ideal clients is to know how they consume content. Do they prefer reading on the content? Which means, okay, you have to do more blogs, more articles, more written posts. Are they into your captions? What do they like? Do they like photos? Do they like videos? So then you have, you could do more videos on the different platforms, or do they just like listening to you on the go? And then you could do podcasts. You need to understand, how do your ideal clients prefer to get your content, and deliver your content in that format to suit and, yes, to make your clients happy. So we've just spoken about how to define your brand, how to find your ideal clients, and now we're going to move on to getting to know your competitors. You have to understand who your competitors are. Who are you competing with? If you don't know who they are, we have Google. Search on Google, search on Facebook, search on Instagram, search on YouTube for your competitors. If you're doing a vlog, look at the other people doing vlogs who have more followings than you. If you're a coach, exactly the same thing. Life coach, transformation coach, do exactly the same thing. If you're talking about membership sites, do exactly the same thing. If you want to know what your competitors are doing, you have to research them. First of all, know who are your competitors. Once you discover who your competitors are, the next thing you need to do is to look at the information your competitors are delivering. Once you find out the information your competitors are delivering, then you would be able to get out keywords that your competitors are using so that you can carry out your own keyword research. Now, keyword research is something that I will talk about later on a different video. If you want to know more about keyword research and you would like me to do a video on it, make a comment in the description below and I will arrange a video that would go into detail about keyword research. Your competitors can also provide you with social media marketing insights that you don't know about. This is another reason why you should research who your competitors are. And once you find out their keywords that they're using, you've done your keyword research, you have the social media marketing techniques that they're using, for goodness sakes, don't copy them. You can model them. You can take the format of what they're doing, but don't copy them, because then when you copy them, it's going to look really obvious. And I'll give you an example. When you copy somebody, which means you're duplicating their work, people are going to notice that it is not your original work. And because it's not your original work, it is going to affect your brand. It is going to affect your reputation. It is going to affect the value of content that you're giving to your audience, to your customers, to your clients. So make it authentic. Make it you. Model what your competitors are doing. Don't copy them. And when you model what your competitors are doing, make your work better than what they're doing. If you're delivering content, deliver more content. If they're providing free information, provide more free information. So you model what works, not copy what works. And that's the way to build a successful brand in 2019. To also build a successful brand in 2019, you have to deliver content. And when you are delivering content to your ideal clients, you need to listen to your audience, to your customers, to your clients. Listen to them. Ask them what they want, what they need. Ask them what their pain is. What problem do they want to overcome? What obstacle do they want to overcome? How could you make your product better for them? Listen to your customer, because then that would help you in the kind of content that you're going to be delivering to your ideal clients. So we've talked about how to define your brand. We've talked about how to get your ideal client. We've talked about how you can be ahead of your competitors and model them and do what works and do it better than they have done. You also need to have a marketing strategy. And when I say marketing strategy, I mean basically a plan. And when I mean a plan, I'm saying your audiences, your followers, your customers, they are on different platforms. They are on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. They could be on all platforms, different platforms, over 8 of them, Snapchat, TikTok. What you need to do with regards to your marketing plan is to go where your audience are and market to them. You can't just concentrate on only Instagram. Look at Facebook, look at Pinterest, look at LinkedIn, look at Snapchat, look at TikTok. Yes, TikTok, you never know. So go and find out the marketing platforms social media marketing platforms that your ideal client is at and put forward your content to them in those platforms. So thanks for staying to the end of this video. Now, my free bonus point to you. Actually, I'm going to make it 3. So the first one, you have to be active on all of these social media platforms. If you're not active, then you're not taken seriously by your ideal customer, client, or followers. You have to be committed. It takes work. But I'll be giving you more videos on how you can create amazing content for your clients, for your customers, and for your followers, or even want to say audience. You have to be consistent. If you're posting on the social media platforms, post more than your competitors. Post on Facebook, I would recommend you post it 4 times a day. Instagram, for example, I would recommend you posting at least 6 times a day, using Insta stories, posts, and all of that. With regards to LinkedIn, I would say put out an article once a day. With regards to Pinterest, it's quite big. To be really competitive on Pinterest, you have to be putting about 20 to 21 posts out a day. And it's not actually hard to do Pinterest once you get the hang of it. If you want me to make a video about that, then I will show you how to do so. Do the same for Snapchat. You can actually use the same Instagram video for Snapchat. You can use the same information on Instagram for Snapchat. So we've come to the end of this video today, and I've given you 5 simple key points and bonus points on how you can build a successful brand in 2019 from scratch. Till next time, take care. Bye.